Hey, this is Gadget here. Today's marketing blast from A Decade of Carlton is called How to Weasel Out of a Deadline When You Absolutely Must. Of course, it's never good form to miss deadlines, not if you want to build a good reputation in the marketplace where clients seek you out. First of all, there is a lot more to this post than meets the eye. Part of being a successful entrepreneur or freelancing is learning to navigate the business world at a high level. You're about to get a sneak peek at how the top pros do it. Best of all, you'll see how you can negotiate with clients to be flexible so you never have harsh deadlines to begin with. Here's John Carlton to take it from here. Recently, a good pal and a damn fine copywriter had a bit of a meltdown because life inserted some truly cruel and unusual shit into his day and he was in danger of missing a deadline. This is a no-no amongst top professionals of all persuasions. You simply do not miss deadlines. People are counting on you. As a freelancer, entire businesses are counting on you. My colleague is a true pro, and to my knowledge, he has never missed a deadline in over a decade as a freelance copywriter. And yet, here he was, cornered by life and desperate for some advice on what to do. So I whipped out a short list of options, and it was so good I thought I'd share it here with you, for you to use never, unless there is absolutely no other choice, only for your deep bag of tricks maybe needed someday down the line and never for regular use. Here's that advice. How to get out of a deadline when you absolutely must for only one of four reasons. 1. You're faint from loss of blood. 2. Space aliens kept you locked up all night doing anal probes. 3. Your eyes fell out. Or 4. Real life and death emergencies. These are the only real excuses any true professional would ever let get in the way of a deadline. And yet, the average copywriter misses approximately half of their deadlines. From rookie to top dog, it's appalling. But you know what? This gruesome fact opens up a huge opportunity for other writers who want to stand out. One of the reasons I earn the global reputation I enjoy is simply by meeting deadlines. I created what I call the Professional's Code. You are where you said you'd be, when you said you'd be there, having done what you said you'd do. I built my business and my reputation by becoming that guy who can be counted on, who follows through, who you can trust with your life or the life of your business. But I get it. Sometimes life interferes so drastically that you are forced to miss a deadline. If that happens, here are your options. Option 1. Arrange for an extension. You do not reveal the details of your emergency. You're not looking for sympathy. You're a professional who is admitting that you cannot meet the current deadline and something else needs to be arranged. But an extension only works if it works for your client too. If they refuse your request, then A, return whatever fee you've already been paid and deal with the professional shame of missing a deadline. It's a setback and you'll have to work to fix it. Or B, hand in whatever you've completed up to this moment if it's even close to being what the client needs. Or C, combine A and B. Most important, do not vanish on the client. The worst thing you can do is leave your client in the dark because you're too embarrassed that you missed the deadline. Option 2, do the best possible job in the time you can give to the gig. Work overnight if you must, and meet the deadline despite the crisis. I have jammed out an ad in a couple of hours to meet a deadline. I prefer to have time to do it right. Normally, I want weeks to carefully craft an ad, to research it and edit it and come up with multiple headlines. But if that time is not available, I do the best job I can with the small block of time that I do have. Just remember, a top writer working at 70% is worth a lesser writer at peak output, which means rushing to meet the deadline at the last minute might still produce good enough copy. You do not need your usual safe space to create good copy. You use what you have. Option 3. If you have even a day to spare, hire a ghostwriter and meet the deadline. If there is still time for someone to do it, then this is the best option. Early in my career, I worked for copywriting legends like Jim Rutz, Jay Abraham, and Gary Halbert in these exact situations. It was a great way to kickstart my reputation as a writer you could count on. And those are your options. Make your decision and always seek the least damage to the client. However, the best way to avoid this travesty is to avoid agreeing to hard deadlines in the first place. Top pros work to negotiate a soft deadline, which gives you time to turn in your manuscript before the project even starts. That extra time is reserved for your client to get all of the info to you, where facts are double-checked and where you float your hook and sales closing angles. A soft deadline saves everyone a lot of problems, and it also forces the writer not to wait until the last minute to start writing. Then, if the unexpected happens, it becomes much easier to finish up in a hurry. You come through with your reputation untarnished and no damage to the client. Top writers know how to navigate life and business at a level far above how regular civilians operate, because people are counting on you. I hope this helps. Stay frosty. And it's me again. What did you think of this lesson? Is it too simple to be valuable? I didn't think so. If half of all freelancers miss their deadlines, then there really is a huge opportunity for the rest of us. There's not really an exercise for this lesson either, other than to not miss deadlines, and to commit to soft deadlines as much as humanly possible. So for fun, and because I laughed out loud when I first read this list, let's do a quick recap of the acceptable reasons for missing deadlines. You're faint from loss of blood. Space aliens kept you locked up all night doing anal probes. Your eyes fell out. Or real life and death emergencies. And do you remember the 3 statements in the professional's code? You are where you said you'd be, when you said you'd be there, having done what you said you'd do. Imagine what could happen if you made this code the foundation of your entire business and life. Combine it with John's entire copywriting formula, like he teaches in the Simple Writing System, and you'll be on fire. At this point, you might be wondering why I've been pushing the Simple Writing System so much. And yes, it's because I work for John, but there's a lot more to it than that. Not long ago, I was stuck in a job that no longer worked for me, but I didn't see any way out. I'd spent a fortune on copywriting training, but I just couldn't catch a break. The Simple Writing System is what finally made things click for me. I have John and my Simple Writing coach, Colin, to thank for the fact that I now get to write copy full-time, not to mention the thrill of working as John's assistant. If you're even a little intrigued, check it out in the link below. This lesson was supposed to be the last in this copywriting series, but I found another bonus that I just have to share with you that's going to help bring this all together. We'll do that next time, and I'll see you soon.